Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It's Jason Kochis, and I am going to draw a page from my manga, or at least start to. Spend an hour, and I heard about this challenge online. It was to draw at least a half hour every day, or at least to work on your project, your story, your drawing, your comic book, whatever it is, for at least a half hour a day for 100 days. And so I've been trying to do that. Most days I get at least some time in on my manga comic that I'm working on here. And so yeah, I just thought I would film it just to show you how I go about doing it. I'm using this blue line comic book paper. Let's see, it's a Pro Comic artboard, and yeah, I like it all right. I've got some blue lines in here for my my safe area, which is this light blue area here, and this darker blue, which ordinarily on a regular comic page, that this line that's pre-printed line would be the safe area, and then your edge would be the edge of the paper. But I'm using it a little bit different, so I'm using the line that I've drawn inside here for the safe area, and then this pre-printed line along the edges here would be where the paper edge cut. So anything outside of these lines here will be cut off in the printing process. So anyway, yeah, working on this manga. I have yet to reveal the name, but I do have page one, so this is a preview of the very first page, and pretty happy with it so far. Haven't inked it yet. My plan is to go through and pencil at least the first 20 pages before I go ahead and ink everything. But yeah, we got 3 panels on this page, so I'm pretty happy with it so far. Until I look at it, and then I want to change this and that and the other thing over here. But no, anyway, so this will be page 2, and I have the first 20 pages all sort of thumbnailed out. So this page right here is what I'm going to try to be attempting to draw today. And yeah, like I said, I've just thumbnailed it out like this, just a loose where I know where all the dialogue is going to happen. Basic, kind of stick figure-y kind of characters, at least so I know my page layout. And you can see this is the page 1 that I just showed you. So anyway, on to page 2. Going to be again using the Pilot Color ENO pencil to draw my pencils. Just really am liking that process a lot. And anyway, let me go ahead and get in. So this is excuse me, kind of like my first time drawing this type of comic. I've drawn more traditional superhero comics before, but this one is more manga inspired. I take that back. I did draw a manga inspired comic for our band. Our band Hyperspace had done we played at Criminal Records in Atlanta, in Little Five Points, if anyone's familiar with that area of Atlanta. It's a really cool record store there, called Criminal Records, and we had the opportunity to play Free Comic Book Day. This was a couple years ago. I think it was 2019, and we had played there before, a couple years before that as well, on Free Comic Book Day. And anyway, in 2019, I had the the idea of actually releasing a free comic on Free Comic Book Day, since we were going to be there. I wanted to sort of participate, and so I wrote this really quick story. I only had, I want to say, 3 weeks total to get it all done. So that was writing, penciling, inking, coloring, all that jazz, to get it to the printer and to get it back in time so that we could actually release it when we played the show at Criminal Records, which I believe that year was on May the 4th, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so we, I just came up with a story. Didn't really tell my bandmates what I was doing, other than, it was just going to be a story inspired loosely on the band, and so that's what I did. And again, it was, at the time I figured, manga was really popular, and I was just trying to, traditionally, manga's in black and white, and so I thought, well, I can't really do a full color comic, so let me just go ahead and let me just do that, since it's going to be quicker. I'm comfortable with just doing black and white. Let me just go ahead and do that. And so once I had that, I drew I drew the cover before I drew everything else, just to sort of get a feel for what we were going to look like in a sort of manga inspired way. And I think it came out well. A lot of people liked it. We printed out, let's say, 40 or 50 of them, and then just gave them away while we were before and after the performance, when we were playing. And again, like I said, I think most people liked it. The guys in the band liked it a lot, so I feel like that was a success. It was really lighthearted, just sort of basically a spoof on Star Wars. Our band Hyperspace is definitely inspired. I'm inspired personally by Star Wars, and a lot of our songs tend to be about Star Wars characters and that sort of theme. So that's kind of just what I went with. I went with, what we were about, at least, kind of some of the songs that I had written. And yeah. But for this page right here, I've got this one character running, sort of starting here and then running towards you. And I probably need to put in some sort of I don't know what I want to call it, like to work on the perspective, because there's going to be another character in this general area here. Hopefully you can see all of this, but and then the one character is running away. Sort of something like that. Might need to be more extreme, but mostly just some lines in here to help me feel like I'm doing it correctly. Yeah, mostly Probably end up working on just this one running character here, this central character. But have a little bit of reference to sort of help me out with the pose and perspective. Tend to flip the page upside down so I can, get a better view of what I'm drawing here. Again, just mostly just trying to get it roughly in there, the gesture at least. I may like that better. It's hard to think about the foreshortening of shapes. So I have a little bit of reference to sort of help me out and figure out where things are supposed to go. I feel like my character may be looking a little too old. I want the character to be more younger, so possibly might just have to make everything a little bit bigger. But one thing also, when I hold it upside down, it helps me to see if the anatomy and all that is off somehow. Helps me see the mistakes a little bit easier. Holding it up to a mirror also is helpful. I don't actually have a mirror right here in front of me, so actually I think I might want to move this. Move this one too. It's looking a little better. Again, I don't want to make the character look too muscular, because it's not supposed to be an adult. Kind of undecided on the age of the character at this point, but more details to be released as I go along. But we're getting closer here. Getting closer. Kind of want to at least get most of the, at least this character in there fairly well before I go ahead and put in the rest of the background and all that jazz. And but we'll see. Still kind of undecided. This is actually the introduction of this character. On this page here, their hands appeared on the other page, but this will be the actual full introduction. And I had watched a video online, and it was talking about when you introduce a character, you should have sort of a full body pose. So it's kind of what I'm going for with this page as the introduction to him, with the full body running. But and also still trying to work out whether he's going to have pants or shorts or what. So I do have turnarounds, which I think in my turnarounds I had decided to have him wearing pants, so I should just abandon that short idea at this point. And nothing to say that the character couldn't change clothes throughout the manga. I just, for the ease of drawing the character over and over again, I want to make sure it's consistent. Give the character a look, so like, oh, I'm looking at that character, not the other one. I suppose that's why, most comic strips, that once you've seen a character like Calvin or Charlie Brown, they have a look, they have an outfit that they always wear, and that's very distinct. So you know who it is as soon as you see them. So it's kind of what I'm trying to go for here. Just kind of want to at least get this at least the gesture of this character in. So I have an idea of how they relate to each other in terms of size. Again, I think these lines may have to perspective lines. So there's going to be like booths of games and food and things like that behind the characters here. So that this boy character is running past. This character might have to be bigger. I'm going to have a word balloon here. Another one in this general area here. And then where this character is talking to him. And then his response will be in this general area here. So looking at this, I think this guy needs to be a little bit bigger. Maybe too big now. I mean, this is also this character's introduction, so I want to make sure that they're both large on the page, but I don't want them to be too large. It may just be the pose is not working. Sorry, just trying to think what I'm trying to do. Looking at the overall composition of everything. A lot of, I guess a lot of drawing is thinking about how things are going to ultimately look and lay out and relation of everything to the rest of the page. There's going to be like some crowd character people over here. They'll be nondescript, so not worried about that. The background I can get in once I've gotten these two characters laid out the way I want to. I'm almost thinking that this needs to be smaller so I can make this character again a little bit smaller. I definitely erase a lot. I love this brush, so I can brush away the eraser bits. sometimes they get a little stubborn in there. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go smaller again with this character. Another thing I like about the blue pencil, which hopefully you're able to see everything that I'm drawing here, is I don't necessarily have to erase it as much as I have to erase regular lead pencil, because I feel like some of the materials I've been using to create comics in the past have been like the inking process. When I erase some of the when I try to erase the pencil lines, I'm losing some of the ink. Some of the ink is being erased as well, and I'm not a fan of that. So I'm hoping if I'm able to draw with this blue pencil, which is not a photo, it doesn't photograph, then I can possibly not erase as much, and as a result I won't erase some of the ink lines that I'll be putting down. Okay, this character is looking a little bit better. Alright. I appreciate everyone who's tuning in right now and taking a look. And again, if you like what you see, please comment below. Tell your friends to become a part of my Patreon so I can continue to keep doing this comic, first of all, and also providing the content of how I'm creating it so everyone can get a chance to see. Definitely will let everyone know whenever the manga is complete and available for purchase. Again, I'm nowhere near that at this point, but just want to mention it. I tend to start with the eyes when I'm drawing the faces. Helps me balance where everything else is at. When I started creating this idea for this series or manga, I did a lot of study drawings in the style that I wanted to do. Like I would look at Ranma 1/2 by Rumiko Takahashi, and just sort of try to copy drawings that I had seen by her and other manga artists, just to, you know, sort of develop a style and a familiarity with the style that comics are drawn in. One thing I'm not a fan of is putting the lines here under the eyes. I'll leave them in for now, but I just don't know if I personally like my style when I do it like that. It's okay. I've seen plenty of other people who do it very well, but just not a fan of it when I do it. But yeah, did a lot of studying on eyes and some mouths, nose, faces. Just trying to make sure I knew what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go with it. And, you know, have a consistent look so it would sort of fit within the genre. I even found some loose pencil drawings by Rumiko Takahashi, and, you know, practiced inking over her, you know, rough sketches, just so I would be familiar with the tools that I was using, and then again, the style that I wanted to be drawing in. And I've drawn this boy character here a number of times, even before I've gotten here. Potentially drew the cover of the manga already, just to sort of just become real comfortable with the character and how he looks, what he looks like from different angles. I actually did turnarounds for the two main characters already, this character included as one of the main characters, just to make sure I knew, you know, what he looked like from the back, from the side, from the front, all that. Kind of like was it like Marvel's Who's Who? They may not have done Who's Who. I think that was DC dudes who did Who's Who, but Marvel definitely had those text sheets where, you know, you could see, you know, Iron Man from the front, from the back, from the side, all that stuff. So I felt like that was helpful for me to see, again, how, you know, what my character was going to look like in a turnaround situation. So far I'm pretty happy with the head. I don't want to say too much just to jinx myself here, but feeling good about him so far. I do wonder if his arm is not. It needs to be a little more like in this area. Probably was a little rash with my erasing there. Probably should have kept it so I can. You know what I've done in the past is use a little bit of tracing paper, and if I like something, I'll trace it, erase it, and then move it with that. Just something I have done on previous drawings that's been successful for me. It's definitely a good way for me to move things around and not completely lose it. Like if I like the drawing that I had done originally, I don't have to, it won't be lost, it'll just be moved temporarily to another piece of paper, tracing paper, and then I can reapply it somewhere else. Usually not too far away from where it was. But I guess that's just from years and years of working as doing graphic design and computer work, where I can move any object on the artboard wherever I want to. So trying to evenly space out these little breaks in the hair. Perhaps they don't need to be so evenly spaced. Again, looking at it upside down to see if it looks strange or if anything looks out of place. Sort of experimenting with how I want the hand fist here to be. Kind of feeling like he may be a little bit too tall at the moment, but I'm just going to keep going with where I'm at. Kind of got him breaking the panel here with his elbow, and then his foot will definitely be breaking. Again, just kind of wonder if his legs are too long. But or at least maybe this leg. This one may be okay. I also end up looking at my own hand to try to figure out where things are. Thing. This character has lines on his shirt, at least in my preliminary design, kind of help define the shape. At least I thought that would be a cool idea to give it a youthful look as well. Yeah, that's better. Took the wrinkle out. Sometimes the lines that I'm drawing too are just the structure underneath of the body, so I can at least feel like I've got something realistic. I know the clothes over top of it sort of are obscuring the muscles and everything underneath it, but still just trying to at least check where I'm at. Also trying to find that balance of what looks realistic, what looks cartoon, but not too muscular, superhero-y. A lot of the comics that I've drawn in the past were of a superhero type genre. You know, started drawing comics in the 90s, and the sort of clenched fist was definitely a muscular clenched fist was definitely I grew up in that style, so just trying to not make it look like a overly muscular fist. Sorry, just trying to look at it. Getting closer. Alright, gonna try and possibly move this leg, so I'm gonna get some tracing paper. I can totally see why people do their stuff on a tablet or digital for this. Like this sort of thing that I'm doing right here could definitely be done digitally. Much quicker. Alright, so a clean sheet of paper, just regular white paper, helps me sort of see also. You know, I can cover up what I've already drawn and might be a hybrid of the two. So what I'm going to do is On this page, I'm going to draw on the back. Oh, I think I'm running out of lead here, but draw on the back side. Yeah, I'm definitely running out of lead. Anyway, back to what I was doing before. So yeah, I'm drawing on the back of the tracing paper. And then once I've got it all drawn in, when I flip it over, when I draw on top of it, it'll leave a line. Like you can even see I've already left a line here. This is from a previous time that I transferred something. All right. Just put a little marker here in case I don't want to lose all of it completely. All right. So now we're going to take it out of here. And since I've got these lines here, I could even put it immediately back in right where it was. But I definitely want to move this foot higher. So or I should say leg. And I can be messy with it because I'm just wanting it to transfer. And you can see I've got it there. Yeah, that's better. Again, I might bring this down and bring it. Going too heavy on that line there. Okay, take this one out here. Not sure about this wrinkle behind the leg. Might be a little too big. It's pretty good. This might have to come a little further back. It's looking pretty good. That's one thing I've seen a lot of artists do is they'll draw the line straight through the other shape just so they can make sure they continue it to where it needs to go. Try to get this foot in here. Coming up on an hour, so I'm gonna try to get this last foot sort of worked in here and then be able to turn the video off. But yeah, I need to definitely do some more work on the sneaker shoe area. I do like the mechanical pencil, blue pencil here. But again, sometimes I put down the line a little too heavy and then I end up having to trying to erase it, and it's sort of stuck. Can't get rid of it. But I have the same problem with regular mechanical pencils as well. But I do like the sharpness of the lead though. Laces in there. Might want to spend a little more time on this foot too. Like the overall shape. You know, the bottom's gonna be like that. That's not too bad. I like this tiny eraser on the end of the pencil, but I end up erasing a lot with it, and then I can't get it out to change the lead, so that's why I've got this bigger eraser. But yeah, I feel pretty good about the character overall and the pose so far. I feel like moving moving the legs higher was definitely an improvement. Makes the character look smaller. Younger as well. Which is definitely to younger characters, so he should look younger and smaller. Alright, well, that's about my time. Thanks again for tuning in. Check back regularly, and hopefully I will have more to show on this at some later point, and you can take a look at this video, compare it how it ends up actually printing in the final manga. You'll probably see it before then as I'm inking it, at least in some kind of format. And yeah, again, this was the thumbnail. So you can see there's going to be some other people over here, this general area, and then this one character down here, which hopefully you can see. But yeah, again, thanks again, and I will talk to you soon.